We just moved from Washington State about a year ago, and this move was a very long move for us. God had shown us that we need to move, but we are not people who can move in 4 days like some people. So it took us 2 years to move. So when we moved here, first we couldn't find, before we moved here, we couldn't find a house. I mean, we looked for houses, nothing worked. And suddenly a few months before we had to move, God miraculously found that house for us in Eastvale, which we had never heard of, even though we researched this place a lot. We never actually had heard about Eastvale, but that's where He found the house for us. And to me, it's like this area has something to do with what God had planned for us. We saw the bridge and we thought, okay, we'll try this one, and we'll researched it a bit, watched the sermons and everything. And we came here for the first time, and we really, it resonated with us the first day itself, right?
What God has done in our lives since being at the bridge is, I think, for me personally, quite phenomenal. I was at a point where I had lost interest in a lot of things, especially in friendships and community. Some of it stemmed from past hurts, and some of it my own stupidity. And some of them, incidents that happened maybe 10, 20 years ago, just keep playing over in your head, and you exaggerate it and think I'm a worst case scenario thinker. And then as a result, you feel rejected because somebody somewhere along the line chuckled at some stupid thing you said. Now you amplify that too much, and now you think everybody's laughing at you. So don't want to engage, just go through the motions, do the minimum, keep everyone at arm's length. And that's where I was for quite some time. It must have been either in April or May, and it wasn't during a sermon, it was actually during worship. The song we were singing at the time was "Oh But God," and how those words spoke. What I had in my mind at the time was probably a vision of a mask dropping to the floor. Didn't expose the person behind the masks. All I saw was a mask dropping to the floor, because I've been praying for some kind of relief from this. But when that vision came, it was like the words of that song. God loves us too much to let us stay lost, something to that effect. That was the turning point, where God says, no, you're not going to remain lost. You're not going to disengage forever. You're not going to just go through the motions and eventually melt into the shadows and take the easy way out. No. I've redeemed you for a purpose. And He exposed the lie behind all that by that mask falling down. Even now, those thoughts do assail me, but my response is, oh, but God.
A year ago, we were in turmoil about the move. I would have never thought that we would find community so quickly, because it's very hard to move to a new place and not have anybody, So that is very meaningful to me, that there's people who care, and also the fact that we could participate in God's family, right? It's God's family is everywhere around the world. Wherever you move to, you can find it, but to find that space where you really fit in and you can be part of it quickly, that was amazing to me, and we really enjoy that.
To me, the bridge is, at this point, being here for just over a year, it's our main connection with the community. But it's not just that connection to the community. The primary thing is the connection to God.